Well, I'm Archie Campbell from Gramsdale, Benbecula, and my grandfather, Archie McClellan, or Archie Moorhoakary, as he was better known, really this is just some part of the story of his life before me here. Like many others, he had to leave the island to seek work. There wasn't any work for him here. They had I think they were quarters. I don't think they even had a croft actually. But like many others anyway, my grandfather went to work in a large hospital in Glasgow. And I think this may be Dyke Bar Hospital in Paisley, one of the large psychiatric hospitals which were around at that time. And this is his photo here anyway. And I must say that he looks very smart in a jacket and tie and starched white apron. And for me, it's interesting in that, of course, it's my grandfather. As a young man, I knew him when he was a lot older, of course. But I think also it's a nice wee kind of insight into a psychiatric ward of that time. It's very, very bright. It's very airy. It's very clean. There's flowers in a vase on a table, and it looks quite pleasant actually. Of course, then the war came, and like many of his kind, he was called up and to serve in the war. He was of a funny age. He was born too young to serve in the First World War, and in the Second War he was perhaps a bit older than the average soldier. So because of his experience working in hospitals, he ended up serving in the medical corps, and he was sent to North Africa to serve there. And this is his North Africa Star, which every service person who served there was awarded, and also the General War Medal issued to all personnel, and that's the ribbon there. And as you can see, it's been kept for many years in an old elastoplast tin. That's just the way things were anyway. The war came to an end, and my grandfather, well, he served actually until 1947. So he wasn't just released at the very end of the war, and it's quite sad because he had a young family at home, and his wife died while he was serving in Africa. So really, he had three young kids at home, but still he had to hang on for quite some time. This is his discharge book, issued to all personnel when they left the service. I suppose they'll get some perhaps kind of financial grant or something, or what they called demob suit and stuff. His details are here, very brief, sort of Lance Corporal A. McClellan, not even his full name listed, but I think it's quite nice. There's a wee testimonial to him issued by his officer, obviously, but he says that his conduct was exemplary anyway, and that he was a diligent and conscientious worker who carried out his duties most satisfactorily, and he is honest and trustworthy and highly recommended for civilian employment. So anyway, he came home and put his life together again, raised his family, and he had a number of jobs. He worked as a postman and on building sites and all this, and he died when I was 13. So I knew him. I had that chance to get to know him anyway. So that's just a story of a man from North Uist, and caught up in the events of the last century. Yeah.